Hey guys, Chart Stoppers back with another video. In this channel we take a look at different stocks and map out their key support and resistance areas on their chart. It's important to know these areas before buying any stock, and it's also important to know what kind of a trend a stock is in before you buy into it. Support and resistance is one of the most important things you should know about a stock before you either buy or sell. Also, if you're doing any day trading, swing trading, or options, you're definitely going to want to get familiar with support and resistance. Just to let you guys know, I am not a financial expert. These videos are for educational purposes only, but I am here to point out key factors on the charts which do impact the price action of a stock. I also provided a link in the description for both Webull and Robinhood. You could use the Webull link to start an account and get 2 free stocks. You could use the one for Robinhood to start an account and get 1 free stock. And also, just to let you guys know, we will be doing 3 videos per week on 3 different stocks. So if you have a recommendation for a video, leave a comment below, and also subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the notification button so you don't miss any new videos. Okay, so with nothing more about that, let's get into the stock we're taking a look at today. Today we're going to be looking at T-Mobile. It's currently trading at $120.89. It's up on the day 1.26%. And after hours, it's also up another $1.11, which is 0.92%. Today is February 25th, 2021, and we are experiencing a lot of sell-off in the market. It's been a crazy week. There's been a lot of ups and downs. So this stock is actually one of the few green stocks on the day. So let's get into the chart here. The first thing we're going to do is take a look at the base of our chart. And I'm going to be going back to the beginning of last year, 2020. So I'm going to find my base, and it looks like my base down here is going to be around $75. So I'm just going to mark that off on my chart. Okay, so I zoomed out a little bit just to get a just to see before COVID a little bit what the first resistance point on our chart would look like. And it looks like before COVID we were hitting a resistance point of 85, so I'm going to mark that off on our chart right here. As you can see, it was hitting 85 resistance before we went into the COVID pandemic, before the big drop. So I'm just going to mark that off as a resistance point. And also before COVID, you could see it hit a high of 100, and then it dropped down to our base, which was around 75. It even dropped lower than that. And then after COVID, it broke through and it hit our resistance of 100 again. So I'm going to mark 100 off as our next resistance point. Now, after they beat earnings right here in May of 2020, you could see it broke through our 100 resistance, and it came up here to our next resistance point, which was $110. And it had a little trouble right here breaking through that point until our next earnings report, which was in August of 2020. So we're going to mark 110 as our next resistance point. And after another great earnings report here in August, they broke through the 110 resistance, and it came up to another resistance point, which is our next one, and that's going to be 120 right here, you see, as it had a little trouble breaking through that one until our next earnings report, which was in November of 2020. So we're going to mark 120 off as our next resistance point. As you can see, a pattern starting to develop with this stock. It looks like it just, it goes up a little bit, gets stuck there for a while until its next earnings, and then it breaks through on a good earnings report, and then it gets stuck, and then it breaks through on earnings. As you can see right here in November, it had, another good earnings, and it broke through the 120 resistance, going on to its high of the chart, which would be 135 resistance point. So I'm going to mark that off on our chart, and that's going to be our high of the chart and the all-time high of the stock, actually. So you could see here that our 120 now turned into support for the high of our chart, and I don't think we have anything left to mark off on our chart. Now you see, as the stock hit the high right here, It has been in a downtrend lately, and it's dropped all the way back down to our 120 support. And in the past couple days, this past week, let me zoom in here for you guys. It's actually dropped all the way down, and it dropped below our support for these 3 days, actually these past 3 days. And this is today right here. It finally came above our support area, and it actually kind of touched this 200-day moving average right here on that big sell-off this week. So it almost dropped below our 200-day moving average. So that's a pretty good sign right there that it bounced off that 200-day moving average. So that's also a nice support right there for our stock. So if I'm trading this stock, this is actually a very good sign right here that you saw it come towards this support. It dropped below the support, and it actually came back above it. So you could see that's pretty good support right here at 120, and you could see it came all the way back up to around almost 126 right here, and then it came back down, and it's getting towards 120 again. So it's dropping right down to our support again. So this would be definitely in a buy zone if you're looking to trade this. It's right near our support line, and that's right where we want to. That's right where we want to have it when we're looking to buy this or trade it. So if you're looking to place a trade on this or buy the stock, this is a great time to buy this thing. As you could see, zooming in here, it's very close to our support. So I would definitely be watching this, looking to see what this does, tomorrow or the next couple days if you're looking to do a trade on this, because you could see you have all this upside right here all the way up to 135 is our next resistance. So you have from 120, you have that $15 space right here to play with if you're looking to trade into this. Okay, so that's our chart here. Everything looks good. And now for our price prediction on this one. I think a lot of people switching from Verizon to a less expensive option. T-Mobile has really been growing its business because of this. They have significantly less expensive plans, and they also offer less expensive phones too, with comparable services to the bigger providers. T-Mobile's earnings, they're expected to grow about 30% annually in the next 3 years also. And they've expanded their customer base by merging with Sprint last spring, which closed the gap significantly, even more with Verizon and AT&T. And lastly, this stock is also considered to be a 5G play if you're looking for a 5G play for the next couple years, which is really expected to blow up. And it's also a growth stock. You've seen a lot of growth out of this stock in the past year, with the merger with Sprint and just the growth alone from this company. And I'm expecting this company and this stock to grow more over this next year and the next couple years, actually. Like I said, their earnings are expected to grow another 30% annually in the next 3 years at least. So, with that being said, I'm expecting a price target of $250 by the end of the year. That would be a double up for this company or this stock price by the end of the year. I'm thinking, that's my opinion, and hopefully that's what happens. I'm expecting big things from them. So hope you guys liked the video. If you did, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button so you don't miss any new videos. And we'll see you next time on Chart Stoppers.